Hi, hey guys. This is indicator 36, box and whisker plot. So this is another way to display data. And our learning target is I can create box and whisker plots to display data. And also you can interpret box and whisker plots. What is a box and whisker plot? It displays a data set along a number line using medians. Let me make sure all my marks are off of here. Okay, using median. So all we're going to be finding is medians for box and whisker plot. So this is how one looks, and you'll see this is the least value and that's the greatest value. When you order your data from least to greatest, you should easily be able to see which is your least and which is your greatest. Now this is the median, which we know how to do. That's the middle of our data set. The only thing we're not familiar with are first quartile and third quartile. We call those um, Q1, and we call the third quartile Q3. Once you find your median, the first quartile is the median of your lower half of data, and the third quartile is the median of your of your upper half of data. Okay, now a box and whisker plot divides your data into fourths. So 1/4 or 25% of your data is here, and here's 25% of your data here. Now, half of your data is in this box, but this part right before the median is 25% of your data. And here's the other 25%. So if I said, what percentage of your data is greater than your first quartile, you would say 75% because you have 25 plus 25 plus 25. Okay. Um, Now, there's also a term called the interquartile range, which we won't get into as much in this lesson, but that's when you separate when you subtract the third quartile and the first quartile. So that would give you the range of the middle half of your data. Now, the big range is going to be your maximum, of course, minus your minimum. There are five numbers you need to make a box and whisker plot. The smallest number, which is your minimum, your largest number, which is the maximum, you guessed that. Now the median, maximum. The median, it's just the middle of your data set. And remember, if the data set is odd, it's simply just the middle number. If your data set is even, you're going to take those two middle numbers and average them. Your first quartile, it is the median of the lower half of your data. Okay. And then the third quartile is the median of the upper half. It sounds more complicated than it is. So let's look at some examples. Example one, create a box and whisker plot of the following data. Well, the first thing you need to do is to put your data in order from least to greatest. So we're going to start at 50, and let's see, we got 65. And notice I'm marking my data off. What's next? 70. Oops, I missed 68. See? 68, and then 70, 72. See, we got any more 70s. We got a 75. I see an 80, and an 82 and 85, and a 90 and a 95. And as we always do, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm good. And you know how we find our median? We just mark off the ones from each end, from each extreme until we are left with our number or numbers in the middle. In this case, our median is 75. So we have to find these five required numbers here. First one is just a regular median. Now, our first quartile, or lower quartile, uh, we call it Q1. The median is actually Q2, y'all. So, but I'll explain that in a minute. Okay, so I got to find since this is my median, this data to the left of my median is my lower half. of my data. This data to the right of my median is my upper half of the data. Okay, so now I need to find the median of this set. Let me change colors. So that, I end up with a 68. So my median of my lower quartile, or Q1, is 68. Same thing here, median of my upper half of data. So that's going to be 85. That's just everything to the right of the median. Okay, maximum value is my highest value. That's pretty simple. And the minimum is my lowest value. Now, what do we do with this? Well, first we have to draw and label a number line and then plot each of the five required numbers, these five that we just found. Okay, and then connect the quartiles and the median with the box. Draw a line from the quartile to the extremes, which is your min and maximum. Sounds more complicated than it is. First thing we're going to do, I'm going to start with my minimum and number my number line: 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. And you could have done it in tens: 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Okay. So, so here is my minimum at 50, my maximum at 95. Okay. And my Q1 is at 68. So that's about right there. I'm going to guess it. And then I'll draw a line connecting my minimum and Q1. So this is minimum, min, and this is Q1. Okay. Now, my Q2, that's my median, that's at 85. That's Q3, I'm sorry. Q2, my median is at 75, excuse me. And what we do here is we're going to draw a line. So when we look at a box and whisker plot, we'll know that that's our median. Now our Q3, our upper quartile, is 85. So I'm going to draw a line from, well, that's supposed to be a straight line, from 85 to 95. Well, I still didn't do any better, but you get it. It's a straight line. Let me do better. I'm going to use my line tool. And I might as well just do the same here. Let me fix that. Just making it pretty, y'all. No big deal. So I'm going from 50 to 68. That right there. Let me put my dots there. Okay. Now this is my median right here at 75. And I'm going to draw a box from this point to this point that contains my median. Didn't mean to do that. So that's why it's called a box and whisker plot, because this part, of course, is the box, and these two parts are the whiskers. So this is my minimum. This is Q1. This is Q3. This is my maximum. Now, what about this is my median? Well, what is Q2? My median is also Q2. So in upper classes, they're going to ask you for the second quartile, and that would be your median of your whole data set. So 25% of my data is here, 25% is here, 25% is here, and 25% is here. So if I asked you how much of your data is greater than or equal to 75 or is greater than 75, you would say 50%, because here's your median at 75 and there's 25 and 25. How much of your data is greater than 68? That would be 75%. How much of your data is less than 85? That would be 25, 25, 25. So that's how you answer. So it'd be 75%. Okay, here's another one. Let's see. Let me do this last one down here because it's going to give us something different. Um, so we're going to find the five values and make a box and whisker plot. So my lowest number is 17, and then I have an 18, a 19, 21. I have a 20, then a 21, then a 24, 25, and 27. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now first we have to find the median. So if I mark off from each end, I'll have two numbers in the middle. So I have to average them. So 20 plus 21 divided by 2, that's going to be 41. So that's going to be 20.5. So my median is 20.5. Now the median of my upper half of the data. So this is, now watch, it says my median is right here. All of this is my upper half of the data. That's why I wanted to show you this one, because the median is between these two numbers. So you include those two numbers in your upper and lower half of your data. Okay. There's another example on the notes if you want to try that yourself. Try not to make this video too long. So that should be lower. Okay. So the median of my upper half of the data, that's called Q3. And it is between this number and this number. So that's going to be 24 plus 25 divided by 2, which is 24 and a half, but you can kind of eyeball that and see that between an equal distance between 24 and 25 is going to be 25 and a half. So the lower half of your data, you're going to be finding the median. The median is between these two numbers, so that's 18 and a half. And what is that called? It's called Q1. My lowest value is 17, and it's called the minimum. And my highest value is 27, and that's called the maximum. So make a box and whisker plot. So we know we have to label it 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I'm just going to extend this out a little bit more because it's mine and I can do that. And that's 27. So here's my minimum at 17, my maximum at 27, my Q1 at 18 and a half, so it's between there, and my Q3 at 24 and a half, and my median is at 20 and a half. So it's right there. So we always draw a line through the median. So that's that line there, and this is a little hinky looking, but you get the point. Okay, that's awful. Let me do that. Gotta do better. Let me do this again. Let me use my line tool. So from 17 to my minimum is 17 and Q1 is 18 and a half. Halfway there. My median is at 20.5, I believe. Yeah. So I'm going to draw a line like that. And then my maximum is at 27 and my Q3 is at 24 and a half. Okay, now let me put my dots. And then my box is going to contain my median. Let me use my box tool. Okay. So when I look at this, I can tell you that this is my minimum, This is my first quartile. This is my second quartile, which we also familiarly know as the median. And this is the third quartile. And of course, this is the maximum. Okay. So remember again, 25% of your data is here, 25% here, 25%, 25% here. So in this box, half of your data is in this box. All right. I hope that helps. Have a good day.